is going on in here? You have been in here for 8 weeks and you have not gone to the bathroom. What is going on? And how many times have I told you to stop bringing your phone into the bathroom with you, even if you are watching my video? Yes, I know I haven't made a video in 2 months. Do not change the subject, and do not tell me you don't have to go to the bathroom. I've seen you hanging your tail. I am so sick of you and your excuses. I'm just tired of it already. But you did subscribe to my channel though, right? Welcome to video number 28, everybody. I hope everybody had a great summer. I know I had a very busy, chaotic, hectic summer, but I am so glad to be back. And I have 3 things we're going to cover in today's video. The first is what we touched upon earlier, is about you have an arboreal, you have an emerald tree boa or a green tree python that is not defecating on a regular basis. In fact, it appears to be constipated. I'm going to show you exactly how to handle that today and hopefully alleviate any concerns you might have. The second thing we're going to do today is, over the summer, I had so many clutches of eggs laid. I had 4 clutches of SAVU python eggs. I'm going to show you those today. A clutch of ball python eggs, which have since hatched. I'm going to show you all those babies. I'm going to show you the parents. And the last thing we're going to do today is I'm going to show you some babies I still have available. And let's just jump into today's video. Before we jump into today's video, guys, 2 quick things. The first is Keith McPeak. Keith was in my previous video with me. We did it all on emerald tree boas and Boas pythons. Keith recently had surgery. He is recovering well. He's recovering nicely. So we could just all send him some positive thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. That would be wonderful. So Keith, get well soon. And the second thing is, you guys may have noticed, all behind me is all new caging. It's 36-inch boa fowl cages. These are the 322Ds. I am really excited to show them off to you guys in my next video. I think my next video I'm going to do a 2021 room tour. I'm going to bring you guys up to speed on all my new equipment. There's a lot of it. Some new projects and some projects I recently sold off just because I'm trying to make some space and focus a little bit more on certain species. So I think we're going to do that in my next video. But the room is almost done. I need 1 more stock of cages. And again, next video I'm going to bring you guys up to speed on that. So let's talk about constipation in emerald tree boas and green tree pythons. What causes constipation? Is it overfeeding? Yeah, it can be overfeeding. Poor hydration in the cage? Yes, it can be poor hydration. And cage size, maybe the cage is too small. Yes, it could be all 3 of those factors. And I think the most important factor, though, is hydration. If you have your hydration levels up, I'm telling you 9 out of 10 times you are never going to have a constipation issue with your arboreal. But you do have a constipation issue, so what are we going to do to alleviate that? Well, I'm going to give you some tips right now on things I think you should try when you notice that your animal is constipated. So how do you know your animal is constipated? Well, it's pretty obvious. It's going to hang its tail. Males or females will both hang their tails when they're constipated. And the other thing is you're going to see a big bulge near the base of the tail, letting you know that it's impacted and it needs to move its bowels. So what do? Well, the first thing I do is I stop feeding that animal. In fact, I'll feed an animal up to 3 times unless I see a defecation, okay? If I don't see a defecation within 3 meals, then I'll just simply hold off on feeding. That's the first thing I'll do. The second thing I'll do is I might soak that animal, I might mist that animal, I might get hydration up in that enclosure. Just by increasing hydration, misting, things like that, will get the animal moving and hopefully get the animal to defecate. Take your animal out of its enclosure as well. Hold it around in your hands. A trick I love to do is I love to bring the animal outside. On a nice sunny day, I'll actually put it on my grass and I will let it crawl around, and I'm telling you, so many times the animal will defecate by doing that. Another thing is you can do a rain chamber. In fact, I'm going to put a picture up of a rain chamber. This is owned by my friend Steve. The thing is beautiful. I think it's nicer than most people's bathrooms. It's ridiculous, this rain chamber Steve Oak had built for his Amazon basins. But basically a rain chamber is just a small enclosed area, and it's just a constant misting. And again, you're increasing hydration and you're getting the animal to move around. And just by doing those things, in many cases, you can get the animals to defecate. If you don't have any success in trying all these things I just mentioned to you, do not panic. All you really need to do is just sit back, do not feed the animal, and in most cases, when the animal goes through its next shed cycle, the animal will defecate, okay? So don't panic. In most cases, you just have to wait for the next shed cycle. So again, just stop feeding, increase hydration, increase the animal's activity level a little bit, and hopefully just by doing those things, you're going to get the animal to defecate. One more, a really important factor I think you should mention: don't always blame yourself if your animal is not defecating. As an example, sometimes you could take 2 animals, 2 siblings from the very same litter, same clutch, feed them the same, and one will defecate on a regular basis, the other will not. Some animals just hold it longer than others. So it's not your fault. The only thing you can do, again, is just cut back on the feeding of that animal, increase humidity, increase activity, and hopefully that's going to work the problem out for you. Okay, stay with me, guys. I know this is not a ball python channel, but I had 5 clutches of eggs laid over the summer since I last saw you guys. The first one I'm going to show you is my ball python clutch, and then after I show you this footage I shot earlier in the summer of the eggs being laid, I'm actually going to show you the babies. So just hang tight, and I'm going to be right back after this ball pythons with a bunch of SAVU pythons. All right, so I know there are not a lot of ball python fans out there watching my channel, but I just got a clutch from my only ball python in my collection, and I'm really excited to get them. And you know what? I think these animals get a bad rap. I know a lot of the ball, as you tell me, a lot of the ball python people are what really annoys you, not the ball pythons themselves, but the reality is there's room for everybody in this hobby. And those ball python people will one day, I think, be Arboreal people in a few years. And anyway, let's go check out what I have. I did look at her earlier. I know I have eggs, and I just gave her about an hour and a half, 2 hours to finish laying. So you guys are going to find out exactly what I have. I have no idea. It could be all slugs. I saw one good egg in there so far, but let's take a look and get her out. So looks alert. Hold on to put the camera down 1 second. Never said I could multitask. Damn, these things are heavy. All right, so we see one good egg on top so far, and let's take a look and see what Mom has here. All right, Mama. All right, just a first-time female. She's 3 years old. And you know what? It looks like 4 perfect eggs, and I am super happy with that. Let's just take a look here. She definitely does not have anything left inside of her, which is a great sign. We'll get her right back on feed. I'll get this entire enclosure cleaned out, get the scent of the eggs out of there so Mom feeds, and I could breed her again next year. But she's a pastel pinto pied. Dad was a pastel pinto pied. So there's a bunch of different percentages on the eggs. I'm not sure, but I can tell you there will be 100% ball pythons hatched. So 4 perfect eggs for my ball python project. The last time I produced ball pythons was literally like in 87, like 30 years ago. A long time ago, so I'm really excited to get these, and I'll keep you guys posted on the babies. Okay, so as you guys just saw, the end result was 4 fertile eggs. Those eggs have since hatched. And one of the eggs was a normal pied female. She's already off to her new home. And the other ones were 3 pastel pinto pies. They're pretty cool looking snakes, guys. I know you're not into ball pythons, a lot of you, but check these things out, because what's cool about them is these are pastel pinto pies, right? But both of them have paradox markings on their face. You can see it's like a clear-looking axanthic, almost black and gray on the face. And this one on the other side has also that black and gray on the face like that. And the other thing is both of these, 1.1 of these pastel pinto pies also has a red pupil. What does it mean? I have no clue, guys. I have no idea about ball pythons, except I think everybody should have at least 1 pied in their collection, even if you're an arboreal guy. And the last pastel pinto pied was just another female, and she's just a really pretty looking striped looking animal. But the pinto gene does something with the white in the face. I think you guys could Google that and keep me honest on that. But anyway, these are all going to be available. They're all going to be on my website after a few meals. This one girl is already on my website. And the thing that's really cool, guys, is that these are a world's first, which is really cool. Not the morphs. I mean, these morphs have been produced hundreds of times, but they're a world's first because I think I'm the first reptile person on YouTube not to cut ball python eggs, and it was nothing short of a miracle. Okay, this next thing I'm like super proud of, because you guys, again, who watch my channel regularly, you know I've been really focused on SAVU pythons the last 2 years, and I just really keyed in on them this year, and I just really hit it out of the park. I have a total of 4 clutches, still incubating. The first one was laid on July 12th, so the first one is due to hatch about September 10th. They usually go to 60 to 65 days. So what I want to show you some footage right now are all 4 of my SAVU females laying their eggs during the summer. So today is Monday, July 12th, and I had a sneaking suspicion one of my female SAVUs was going to lay her eggs today, only because she looked so uncomfortable this morning. Today is day 23 post-ovulation shed, and I can tell you, when you breed pythons, the thing you always want is that you want your females to go minimally 15 days. In my experience, if you get python eggs prior to 15 days post-ovulation sheds, you tend to get a lot of slugs. So anyway, we're past the 15-day mark, and today's day 23, so let's see exactly how many eggs she gave us, and let's see if they're viable or not. We're going to do it right now. So Nice looking healthy white clutch of eggs there. And I can't tell how many, it looks like 5 or 6. And I'm just going to use a little paper towel here and get these eggs off of here. So it looks like a total of 6 eggs. They look great. So now what I'm going to do really quickly is, while you guys are with me, let's see what we got. That one looks great. 2. Perfect. This one, no, looks good. I see some veins. Let's see if we can see that one better on the bottom. No, we got veins. Perfect. I got a little nervous there for a second. And there we go. So it looks like 6 perfect eggs from this female SAVU. And she's one of my normal phase girls. I got 3 more female SAVUs going to be laying probably over the next week to 2 weeks. And I'm really pumped for this. You guys who watched my videos for a while, you know how excited I am. I've been wanting to breed these SAVUs for a while. I think I have my group dialed in, and we have 6 perfect eggs. So this is the SAVU female you just saw laying her eggs. She's since shed. She's getting her weight back on. Her eggs are due to hatch. She's a normal SAVU female. Her eggs are due to hatch in about 3 weeks. 6 perfect fertile eggs. And so now that we've taken a look at her, let's look at my next clutch of SAVU python eggs being laid, this time by a silver SAVU female. Okay, so how pumped am I? We got, today I just discovered SAVU python clutch number 2 for the season. And this is my silver girl. I have no idea what she's on right now. I saw a white egg, so I'm hoping they're all good. What I'll tell you about this female is last year she laid on day 23 post-ovulation shed. She gave me last year a total of 5 eggs, of which 3 were slugs and 2 were good, so I'm hoping she did a lot better than that this year. What's cool about her too is that even though she was bred to a normal male SAVU python last year, the only baby that I had from her last year that hatched turned out to be a silver. It's a het trait, right? So if you breed a normal to a silver, theoretically you get het babies, but she produced a silver baby, so I'm hoping that we have a lot of good eggs in here, and I'm also hoping that, like last year, there's silver SAVU babies. So let's take a look and see what we got. All right, fingers crossed for me here, honey, because I'm a little nervous. She's in a perfect beehive. And like I said, I honestly have no idea. You can definitely see a good egg on top, but let's just put my hand over her. You zooming in on her, baby? Okay. So I'm super encouraged right now with what I'm seeing. Definitely all white, nice-looking eggs. I don't see any slugs, and now I'm going to candle them while I'm with you guys. Okay, mommy. She's a good mommy. She's not letting up her eggs. Wow, that's a beautiful clutch. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like the first clutch of SAVU python eggs so far this year. 6 eggs. And let's take a look and see what we got. Good, good, good. 1 boob. Good. Good. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perfect eggs and 1 yellow egg. And I'm going to stick these guys in the incubator at 87 to 88 degrees. And I'll keep you guys posted over the next 60 days or so. Wish me luck. And this is the silver SAVU python you just saw laying her eggs. She gave me 5 fertile eggs. Again, they look perfect. And again, this is silver SAVU, which is just a simple recessive trait. A silver SAVU is basically just an axanthic form of a SAVU python, naturally occurring color morph. What's really cool about her, though, last year she's the first and only SAVU python I had bred. I only got 1 fertile egg from her, and I got 1 baby. I'm going to show you that baby in a second. But what was cool about it was that she was bred to a normal male. So theoretically, any offspring should have been het for silver, right? It's a recessive trait. But for whatever reason, I'm thinking the male that bred to her, maybe he wasn't a normal male. Maybe he was a het axanthic or a het silver male, because her baby, which I'll show you right now, which is now a year old, and he just probed to be a male, incidentally. He is a silver. You can see how light he is still. That is just a phenomenal animal. You just do not see many of these around. I don't know how many silver SAVU pythons exist in the United States, but there are not many of them. I mean, SAVUs alone are pretty hard to come by, so silvers are even more hard to come by. But they go through an onogenic color change. So he was born actually, you know, most silvers are born silver. He was not. He was actually born like a terracotta red. He went to this silver color, and now he's getting a lot of black speckling in. So anyway, I have 5 eggs incubating from her, and I'm really hoping, as you can imagine, to get some silvers in the clutch. And the next female I'm going to show you laying her eggs is probably my most favorite silver, my most favorite SAVU of my group. So check her out laying her eggs. SAVU Python clutch number 3, guys, okay? And I just came down, I looked down on this silver girl. She's by far, I have about 11 SAVU Pythons right now. By far, she's my most favorite SAVU Python. She's an amazing silver girl. I looked, I saw a white egg poking on top of her. You know, she's beehived. I don't know if the eggs are good or not, but I am totally pumped to see what we did on this clutch. So again, we just did this yesterday with another silver SAVU girl, and 6 days before that, we did it with another SAVU Python. So let's see what we have here. Just like the pictures in the books. Can you see her good, honey? So this is by far my nicest silver SAVU girl. She does not look at her best right now, guys. She's just been through hell. But wait till you see her after she gets her weight back on another shed. So let's take a look and see. Hopefully she's not going to bite me. Be a good girl. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 perfect eggs. We're going to candle them right now. Come on, mommy. She's such a good mommy. Okay, okay. So let's put her here. And got my trusty flashlight right here. And let's take a look. Let me put her back. And let's take a look and see if these eggs are any good or not. Shut the lights. Okay. All right, so we got perfect, perfect, perfect. A little light, but looks good. A little light on the vein growth, but looks good. Looks good. A little light on the vein growth, but looks good. And looks good. So 6 perfect viable eggs. So this brings my SAVU Python egg total up to I want to say 17 eggs, and we have one more female. Let's take a look at her right now. But this girl, she's going to be, tomorrow is, let's see, 6/28. So she's going to be 24 days post-ovulation shed tomorrow. You can take a look at her, honey. So you can see, guys, she is looking super uncomfortable. My other 3 females so far have all gone, I believe, on day 25, so we're still another day or 2 off on her. She's a normal SAVU girl, but I am really pumped. I'm really excited. I'm not excited to get all these baby SAVUs feeding, but I'm totally excited for the year I'm having with SAVU Python. So I'll be right back. So this is the silver that just laid that clutch of eggs, and you can see she's just such a unique looking animal. She's my most favorite animal, as I mentioned earlier. Her irises are so white, like all SAVU Pythons, but the irises even have more contrast because the body color is so different. But so I have 6 eggs from her, again, also due to hatch out in about 30 days from now. I do plan to sell all my offspring, guys. Right now I have about 20 to 22 fertile eggs. 1 or 2 look questionable, but I'm thinking 20 to 22 fertile eggs. Probably going to hold back most of the eggs from her, which are 6 of them, and probably sell off the others just because I love her look so much. But she looks great. She's back on feed, as they all are. She's since shed. She has her color back, and so she's number 3 of 4. And let me show you the 4th female clutch that I got this summer. Okay, it is actually Sunday, July 25th. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Am I exhausted? Hell yeah, I'm exhausted. We were out all night, my wife and I. I just came home to my 4th SAVU Python clutch of the season. I have no idea what's in there, guys, as far as how many eggs. I'm going to take a look, but she's my most orange SAVU girl that I have in my group. It's hard to tell by looking at her right now. She looks so dark, but she's my most pretty orange girl. So what I'm going to do right now quickly is take her off her eggs. I'm going to shut the camera off for a second, and hopefully she's not going to bite me, and we're going to see exactly how many eggs she has and if the eggs are any good. I'll be right back. So I just got her off her eggs, and it looks like 5 perfect eggs. One of them looks a little questionable, but overall I'm going to say it's definitely a good egg. It has some vein development. It's not as strong as I prefer, but it looks good. So 5 perfect SAVU Python eggs, bringing my total SAVU Python eggs this season to 22 perfect SAVU Python eggs. So anyway, I will be right back. Okay, so here's that girl now. As you can see, she looks pretty dark, but she's a much lighter animal. She is still not shed yet since laying her eggs. She has started eating. She's in deep shed right now. As you saw from the video, guys, her eggs looked a little bit wonky. We'll use that word. She gave me 5 eggs, of which 4 still look fertile. Today they are day 36 days old. She's just an awesome dark animal, again with the white irises, and I'm just really excited to get her babies hatched as well. They're going to be all, again, she's a normal, bred to a normal, so theoretically all the babies will be normal SAVU pythons, which are all born terracotta red, and I will keep you guys posted on all these. I know there's a ton of interest out on these SAVU pythons, and again, I want to mention to everybody, I know people get frustrated, they contact me all the time, and they want to be put on a wait list, and they want to send me deposits, but you know what? I'm just superstitious, guys, and I just don't take deposits on animals on eggs that have not yet hatched. And my experience with wait lists in the past, when I've done wait lists, especially with green tree pythons, is that many times people will be put on a wait list, and then 2 months go by, and I reach out to them, and I either never hear back, or their situation has changed, and I feel like a jerk contacting them. I feel like, okay, well, no pressure. You're the one who told me to call you. So for those reasons, I just stopped doing wait lists, and I act as a first come, first served basis. And again, on my channel, I will let you guys know when all these babies are available, and I thank everybody for their patience. Hey, I just wanted to show you guys some animals that I currently have available. They are on my website. It's gsreptiles.com website. I also post stuff on Instagram for sale, and I put stuff on Fauna Classifieds and Morph Market. I put everything on Morph Market as well. Thank you so much to everybody out there who's purchased so many animals for me all throughout the summer. You can take a look over there. I have literally 17 animals going out tomorrow. So thank you for all that, all the granite spotted pythons, the baby conicus, all that stuff's going out. So what do I still have available? I have some ball pythons available. I just showed you these. This is the pastel pinto pied female. This is a pastel lavender het pied, so it's got all the lavender dream school stuff going on it. But again, you guys can check this stuff out on my website. And I want to show you guys some carpet pythons really quickly that I have available as well. Hey, I wanted to show you guys some available carpet pythons right now. I'm going to put pictures up of the parents. You know, you guys have spoiled me over the years because my animals sell so quickly. I mean, literally within an hour of posting most of my stuff, it sells, except for carpet pythons. And carpet pythons are always a difficult sell. Why? Because we all know, as nice as the parents are, babies are just drab. They are brown and tan, and they don't look like much until about 6 months from now. In interest of full disclosure, these were produced by my good friend Mike Z. You can find Mike at Z's Arboreals. I'll put a link up on the bottom of this page. He's on Instagram at Z's Arboreals. Mike produced all these carpets, and then Mike just doesn't simply have the time. He does have a big presence on social media, so he asked if I could sell these animals for him. But again, they're all in my care. I get them all feeding. They're all properly sexed, and they're all ready for their new homes. And as I mentioned, this is a diamond jungle. This is a diamond zebra jungle bred to a pure Gary Val line diamond python. And I'm just telling you guys, I know they're not much to look at now, but just trust me, in about 6 months, these things are going to be really pretty. And all these babies are up on the website at www.gsreptiles.com. And just on a side note, if you guys are into really nice Suriname red-tailed boas, I mean true locality red-tailed boas, Mike, again, at Z's Arboreals on Instagram, is going to be posting some beautiful babies. He just had a litter of 22 babies, so I think Mike has a wait list going. You guys should go check them out. But all these carpets, again, I think they're all pretty reasonably priced, and they are all currently on Frozen Thawed, and they are all on morphmarket.com as well as on my website, so please go check them out. Guys, how amazing is this animal? This is a pure Manokwari green tree python, Morelia poulter. This is going to my friend, Steven Saltzman. If Steven's name sounds familiar, it's because he is a moderator over at the Green Tree Python page on Facebook. If you're not a member of that page, you should be. It's an amazing page. It has over 20,000 members. You know, you got to watch whose posts you're reading, but overall, it's a great source of information. So I'm excited to get this animal into Steven's hands. He's been so patient. He's waited a couple years on me to send him a nice Manokwari, and I'm really pumped to get this animal out to him this week. So, Steven, I hope you enjoy it, and I know I'm going to miss it. I love this animal. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and I plan to be on a regular schedule again, and I'm excited. The next video, guys, give you a new room tour and show you some animals that I'm working with and some babies and how they're progressing. And enjoy the rest of your summer, and I will see everybody in 2 weeks. Who has the best YouTube channel? Me